So now we're looking at question 3, where you're told to have a read of 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 6 through to 10, and rephrase it, paraphrase it, say it in your own words. But really it's verses 7 and 8 that have got the part that I think it would be good for you to try and rephrase, where it tells us that we speak of God's secret wisdom, a wisdom that has been hidden and that God has destined for our glory before time began. And none of the rulers of this age understood it, for if they had, they would not have crucified the Lord of glory. So there's a thought there that that is a deep thought, an eternal plan that was in place, but it was kept hidden. For good reason it was kept hidden, as the verse says. So go ahead and work on that. But at the same time, I want to just draw your attention to verse 9. And in some ways, verse 9 is one of the answers to the previous question in this chapter, which was the question about what are the verses that talk about the unimaginable glory of the children of God. And it says it there, no eye has seen, no mind has imagined what God's got in store for us. And I want you to think about that. In some ways, that certainly is talking about the glory of heaven. So we can't imagine what the next world is going to be like. We can't imagine, it talks about streets of gold and so forth, but surely it'll be far more than that. It'll be the glorious presence of the people of God and the coming and going of the different colours and the flavours and the languages or whatever of the nations. There'll be the presence of God himself. There'll be the trouble-free, without tears environment. This is an amazing thought. But what I also want you to think about is that it's not just the place where we're going to, but it's who we are going to be. This is one of the things that we can't even imagine, the glory that is in store for us, that our resurrected bodies and our heritage as children of God are preparing us for. And when you understand that, it makes it a little easier to put up with the suffering of this world. And now some people, of course, would say, I feel that it's a little bit prideful, it's a little bit arrogant, it's a bit inappropriate, it's not humble for me to think about me being in a place of glory in the next world. And of course there's some truth in that. You wouldn't want to become puffed up with this stuff. However, there's also a truth that it is one of the things that gives you strength through this world. It is, you put your treasures in heaven, you look forward to what's in heaven, and so it makes it easier to live out the Christian ideals in this world. In fact, Jesus himself did just that. And so if it was meaningful for Jesus to understand where he was going, then it's meaningful for you and me to understand where we're going. And the glory, not just of the place that we're going to, but the glory that will be ours as children of God, as shining like the stars, full of the Spirit of God and shining with his glory as we represent him in the next world. Wonderful thought, and very meaningful and very strengthening and encouraging to us, especially as we're going through difficult times in this world.